Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. In this video, we're going to go through our onboarding flow for our video on-demand platform that we're building. This will be part 4 in the series. And so if you haven't seen the other ones, go back and check out part 1 for kind of our initial project setup, and then you can kind of continue from there. But in this video, we're going to go through building out a multi-step kind of onboarding flow for our accounts. Yeah, so we'll use some Tailwind. We might get into our Stripe import potentially. We may not get to that in this stream. We'll see. We're just going to build out our basic account onboarding first, see how long that takes, and then kind of go from there. So let's jump in and I'll show you kind of what it looks like right now. So once you sign in, and we're signed in as a yoga studio admin, Yoga Zen is the yoga studio. We're signed in as an admin for that account, and so we can see this admin dashboard link. These are just some static links that don't go anywhere right now. If we click on admin dashboard, oh, it looks like we're not getting the link. Okay, so we should be getting redirected. We can go and navigate back. So we have this onboarding page here. We'll have to take a look at that to make sure when you sign in, you always get redirected. I think you do upon sign in. So if we go back, and let's just copy this email. We'll sign out. We'll click sign in. We haven't styled our devise sign in pages and account sign up pages, which we should probably do that as well. That's a straightforward one to do. When we sign in, we're going to get taken straight to this onboarding flow. This onboarding flow is what we're going to build out in this stream. And so right now it just has the business name, but we need to add a number of different things. So I think we're going to want to add like the business address, phone number. So I have a list somewhere here, email, website URL. We've got some primary and secondary colors, and we've got a handful of logos actually for the account, because we want to have a logo that will work well on a light background. We want a logo that will work well on a dark background. And then we want an icon logo, which will be used if anyone saves a shortcut to your website or whatever. It'll be a little icon that shows up, kind of a square version of your logo if you have that. And that's optional. If not, I'm actually not sure what the default icon is for that. If anyone knows, leave it in the comments below, please. Yeah, so let's see. What do we have? I think honestly, we just need to start with a migration, because we have like a lot of things we need to add. Like we've started. Let's do this. Let's see. These are all. Just create a new branch. For our account onboarding, and here we're going to create a new migration. Rails G migration. We're going to say add business fields to account. And we'll go ahead and open up our migration. And so we already have our name. I'm trying to think how we want to do this. Business address, line 1, right? Line 2. City. I know they're long, but like it's probably fine, right? Yeah, we can just do website. What else? We already have our colors. We don't need anything for that. Let's add our country as well. Yeah, we'll have to override the labels for all those, but I mean, it's either going to be account address line 1, account city, or account business address city, which does suck, but I think we already have state, so we can't have state. So at the very least, it would have to be address. Like, we could exclude the business, right? We could exclude the business. I think that's fine. I mean, I'll leave it at postal code. Okay, phone, contact, email, website. What else? What else do we need? Again, we'll use active storage for our logo, so we'll add those as attachments there. I think that's probably good. Let's go and run Rails DB migrate and add those columns. Cool. Now if we go and open up a Rails console here, we'll just grab our account, which is Yoga Zen. And now you see that we have all of these additional fields down here which don't have any information in them yet, which is fine. We'll go ahead and fill those out through our onboarding flow. Okay, so now that we have more fields that we can add, let's figure out how we want to add our address. So yeah, I think just, yeah, we'll just do like back here. I don't know why this is 2 columns. Let's add another one here. For the address, and this will be right, that'll be address line 1 as well. And interesting. Okay. Oh, right. Because it's trying to do the side by side. Where we have like the address. I don't know that we want that for this. I think we just keep this simple top down. Yeah. We can keep it simple and just top down instead of doing the 2 columns. Right. So the gap is fine. We just change this to 1. And then let's see, maybe this is like a 4. Maybe like a gap 4, not an 8. Yeah, so it brings that a little bit closer together. We'll have a little bit of space between them. And we should probably have something here. Right, give it a little bit more division from the field above it. And then obviously we're gonna have more of these, right? So we have like line 2. And this is what, city. I'll have to add states so we can have state drop down. All right, so that's way too big of a gap between those. So let's see. Let's see what we want for this. I think it makes sense for that. But I think these fields, they need to be in their own container, right? So they're not subject to that gap. That looks much better. And then yeah, I think business address probably needs to be a little different, but I think that's probably fine for now. All right, so let's see what we need to do next. So we have the address city. So we don't have states and we don't have, like, are we going to support non-US? I don't think so. Especially like starting out, I don't think so. So maybe we don't need to add country. Yeah, maybe we don't need country. Also might not want these to go like full width. Let's see, what can we do here? Yeah, we just constrain that there, and then, right. We'll like flip that around. That when we go to mobile, and we go and view that, we can come down. That should go full width, stop, and now it's full. In this part here, we haven't actually addressed like the sidebar over here on mobile and what it should do, because that should probably collapse or do something. So maybe we'll get to that. We'll do some CSS things with Tailwind. Okay, so yeah, basic but looking good. All right, so for states, so let's use ChatGPT. So usually for something like this, I'm just going to create an initializer that has all the states in it. I don't know if there's a good reason to create a table. I don't know. I can't, like for our use case, I don't know. Let's say. So let's see. ChatGPT says easier to update. Referential integrity. Yeah. Although I don't know if I want like a state underscore ID on things, because it's only the business that's going to have a state. So yeah, I don't think we need that. So, if we were doing a whole like internationalization or something, I could potentially see that. Okay, so we're just gonna have all of our states here as a hash, right? And we're gonna freeze it. Oh, that's one in the comma. I don't want that. Let's see. Let's disable. So it's a style trailing comma hash in trailing comma in hash literal. Okay. So we can fix this. No. Yeah. So we're gonna say no comma. Because we don't want that. I wonder if we have to quit. And go back here. And now we're good. Okay, so we have our states. So let's go onboarding show. That's kind of where we were. And let's add our state drop down, right? So we're going to have another field. And we're going to have a label. And here we're going to have a form dot select, and yeah, we're going to do something like that. Select a state. So let's take that. We'll say state. Name and code, huh? All right, so what if we wanted to key those differently? All right, so let's see. Yeah, I think we can do this a little bit different. Oh, interesting. So I guess you would still select it by... It depends what we want to store. right? Like, how would I use that? Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Do we actually need that? I don't think so. I think we could get away with this. Just like mapping the states there, and then well, it's a constant, so we gotta reboot our server. Which I don't know where our server's running. What would be the process? I honestly don't know. Because it's definitely running. Come on. Okay. I think that worked. Yeah, let's go back here. And let's go and rename this tmux window to server and bin dev. I think that'll like run everything, compile everything. All right, so now if we come here and reload, now we'll get a state drop down. Now, that doesn't have our same styling, so let's fix that. Let's get rid of this. This was just our kind of migration. That's another example, so we can get rid of that. All right, so now we're just back here with 2. Okay, so we have our select. Form input is just fine for that. That's all we need. Okay. For country, we're just gonna default that to US. I think we'll do that for now. Yeah. And then What's the value here? Is the value the code or the name? It is the code. So we're going to store the abbreviation. I think that's fine. I don't really have a strong preference there. Huh? Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Okay. So, what else? We have country, hidden field. We don't really need to have it in display there. I mean, we could and have it as a read-only field. Well, then someone could modify it. So I don't think we'll do that. We'll just leave it there. State, and now we need contact information. Which would probably be a whole nother one of these right down here. And then let's close that off. And this is going to be contact information. And so this might be phone number. Oops. Is this just phone? I totally forget what our migration is. It is just phone. Phone, contact, email, website. Phone, contact, email, website. Phone. This will be an email field. And then all right, so it looks like this right side. Which is going to be here. Interesting that it puts it there because the content. Okay. So let's not do that. Right. So let's grab these. Put those there. The header. Okay, that's at least going to push our scroll bar over. And so, let's get rid of the scroll bar. Interesting. Why is it when we select a field? mean, that should be fine. Why does that change it? Interesting. Alright, so okay, so maybe that's actually fine. Let's throw this over here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Let's do oh no, sorry, with these. System is heading 3. And yeah, let's copy this one. And yeah, I think that's probably fine. Maybe yeah, maybe it's just base. Yeah, let's make this 800. Okay, lighten that up just a little bit there. And then again, we take up that vertical space. Why are we losing space there? I don't understand. If I close this, oh no, it's still doing it. Is there negative margin? Da, 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 da. That should be fine, actually. I wonder if it's... I think it's something with our containing div. Yeah. That we're losing. Do we have to pull back on this a little bit? That's just off by 1. Interesting. I'm not sure what's pulling that over, but yeah, if someone knows, please comment in the comments below. see what else we need. We need our logos, but I feel like we're going to put that on another step. And we need like some visual indication. Let's see what the AI overlords think. Great. Let's go ahead and feed it an image. We'll see if we can't get us a couple of options to put some visual indicator up here at the top of the page. I don't know what kind of indication. Let's see what this dynamic progress bar looks like. Business details. Yeah, it's getting better and better, man. I think that's too much because we're going to have numbers. So, like, I like that. I don't like the numbers, though. So, we could do... Like, we could just get rid of this. And then... This width is... really just like 100... What is this? $100 divided by total steps. This would be a constant, right? Can do something like that. Let's open up our controller. And I don't know, I think we're gonna have like 5 steps. Now if we reload, we'll get our progress. It'll be relative to the number of steps that we say that we have. We define those in the controller. Yeah, that's looking pretty clean. All right, now the only thing is that our save button's down here, and that kind of pushes our whole design off a little bit. And we kind of need the right side to be scrollable, and we might want to break up the kind of business details in the contact information into a separate step. I could see doing that. Having the logos in a separate step, or just keeping them here and making this right side scrollable. So let's look and see how we can actually do that. So let's open up our onboarding layout, and we're just gonna throw this in ChatGPT. And let's go ahead and grab our show view here as our content view. Let's see how we can make this scrollable. I think. Okay, yeah. Okay, so that's actually pretty simple. I thought it was something similar to that. All right, so we have our right side here, right, which is where our content is, that's where our form is. We are going to say that overflow Y is auto, and then we want to make sure that we have height of the screen. And now it's going to scroll for us. Right, we're not going to get that weird overlap. And it's totally fine that our save button's down there hidden. Like, you have to go through the form and fill out everything in order to get there. Now I'm kind of second guessing that blue, but again, that's normally... Oh, interesting. We're going to have that at the top. We're going to have that everywhere. So it looks like our weird margin. Should probably change that to support email. Let's do that. So I want this to be... Yeah, let's do that real quick. So let's open up a new, let's see, add business fields to account. So we're going to do Rails DB rollback to undo that last migration. And then we're going to come here and we're going to name this support email, because what this is the email address for your members to contact if they have an issue with their account. All right. So it's really support. Ooh, excuse me. And we're going to run Rails DB migrate again. Okay. So quit that. Back here. That's fine. Reload. Now it's support email. That's great. Anyways, we have these fields dark blue because we also end up getting that kind of dark blue as a default focus indicator with the browser. But we did have it. We did have it where it was orange. Right? We had this. We could leave it at 700. Let's see what that looks like. But like trying to make, yeah, that would need to be 600 for sure. 700 is way too dark for that one. 700 looks good for the blue, but not so much for that. And now you kind of get those. Okay. And then here where we're doing our, so we would just do M1, right? Give it some margin all around. Make sure our button, something that's giving us an extra pixel all around. But you know what? We're not going to worry about it. We don't care. The goal is to build and ship. Cool. There's our basic flow. Again, I think we could probably move these to something else. We could also I don't. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now, I'll do. Oh, because it's just those two, right? So this should really just be like 2 instead of 4. I'm going to bring that a little bit closer. You can kind of see our button down there. It would be nice if it were all on the same line. So let's see what can we do here. All right, so I think city and state can go on the same line. Which is not that one at all. All right, so city and state. Put those on one line. We'll take country and just stick it down here. So do gap 4, and then here we'll do width 1/2, 1/2, and that's going to bring those right up next to each other. Now we can see our button. And then on mobile, so we're going to say width full, because everything's going to have to scroll on mobile anyways. And then we'll say flex call yeah, and let's flip that, sorry. And we'll go ahead and check that out in Chrome DevTools. And so let's bring this over here. And actually, we can just keep collapsing that. You'll see that it's going to collapse down to be city and state next to each other. Or on top of each other, rather. And then it looks like we have a little bit of extra spacing. Yeah, because each one of these is getting a field. Well, is a field. So we're going to get extra. We're going to get some extra space there. I think that's fine for now. Okay. So that brings that up there. Let's see. Phone, email can probably come up on a single line. We'll just follow that same pattern. We'll get phone and email over there. And now that kind of brings everything up nicely where we're going to sit there above the fold. We've got our save and continue button. And I think that's kind of where we're going to end it for this stream. Yeah, we really just wanted to build this kind of view out. We'll keep working on this. We'll keep building it out. We have a number of different steps that we're going to do in the onboarding flow. But I think we're going to switch gears and we're going to do another stream where I want to look at creating a component library using the Vue component gem along with Tailwind CSS and Alpine JS for our JavaScript interactivity, and see if we can't build up a UI component library for Rails that doesn't require React or another one of these JavaScript front-end libraries. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how that will work together. So we're going to check that out in another stream. And I'm sure we'll come back and be building much, much more of this tomorrow. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed. It's just kind of a slow, chill stream. I mean, the goal was just to kind of get some of this onboarding flow, get some direction here for this. I like the way that this is looking. It's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. And yeah, the goal is just to get through the onboarding. We need to add some branding here. And we'll need to think about for our payment processing portion, right? We're going to want to import your data from Stripe. And so we're going to need to get your Stripe account. We're going to need to make a connection to verify that that information is good. We'll do that using Action Cable, kicking off a job or background task to ping Stripe, verify that account information, grab the account, like authenticate on your behalf, grab the account, and basically come back and show that that account was verified based on the status. We might end up needing to add a Stripe account status because we need to make sure the Stripe account status is active in order for you to receive payments. And for any reason, if it becomes deactivated or inactive or payments aren't enabled or something, we need to let you know because you're not going to be able to bill your members. And so we'll probably have to set up a background job to check on that and have a rake task that checks for that regularly. Or I guess we'll just get that. We'll get that once we set up Stripe webhooks, right? Because we're gonna have an account updated webhook. So yeah, that should be pretty good. Yeah, overall, I mean, this was a pretty simple stream. So stay tuned for the next one. We're gonna dive even more into onboarding, and we've already got our kind of initial account set up as far as our S3 storage, uploading videos, things like that. I kind of built that out as a proof of concept. I like to tackle the hardest things first, and now we're kind of building out the whole flow around everything. And so we'll get our onboarding flow. We'll get that set up. We will go through and set up some initial email templates. Probably have to do a quick email template builder. We'll keep it real simple. And yeah, there's so much more to do on this. We have a very short period of time to do it. We're going to have probably 2 or 3 streams just dedicated to our Stripe checkout flow. We're going to use Stripe checkout, Stripe billing for low code, in some instances no code. So no code, low code solution for Stripe billing for right now. We don't want to implement anything crazy and custom with custom accounts and stuff like that. We don't need all that. Like, you bring your own Stripe account. If you don't have a Stripe account, you need to go and sign up for one. And that's kind of a friction point where we can sign up for one for you and put you through all that onboarding flow. And that might be something we build out in the future. But we don't really need that right now. So we're going to keep it simple, keep moving on this thing. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night.